All right, y'all. So today we are going to be talking about the skin barrier. Yeah, that's what we're talking about today. Let me put this up real quick. All right. Okay, so today we're going to be talking about skin barrier 101. I know we talk about the importance of how to fix your skin barrier when it's messed up, but I think it's really important to also talk about like the basics so that you know what you are dealing with, you know what to expect, all of that. So I got my little handy dandy notes here. Okay. And then I have a whiteboard. I was really thinking about, but I gotta mount it. I need to mount it on a wall, but I have a whiteboard because I also too want to get more into the visuals with you guys and not just like saying it. I actually want to show you guys things like when it comes to like the skin structure and things like that. So we'll get into that eventually. And if you guys have any ideas for me, let me know. So let's get into it. Hold on. Okay, so we're going to get into first off what a skin barrier is. Okay, so the key thing about anything when it comes to skin is that you have to know what it is that you are dealing with. And I say this all the time. It is important to know what it is that you are dealing with. So when it comes to the skin barrier is a protective wall that keeps moisture in and irritants out. Okay, so that is what a skin barrier is. So you have the skin barrier is like the thin little piece that sits on top. Let me see if I can get a photo for you guys so you can see. So like the epidermis, because you have three layers of the skin. You have the epidermis, which is the top layer. You have the dermis, and then you have the hypodermis, taking me back to school. The hypodermis, okay? So you have that thin piece of skin that sits like right on top of the epidermis, and that is a skin barrier. So like that's the first thing like everything comes in contact with. So you see this little piece here. Oh wait, you see that little piece there? That little light or darker pink on top? That is the skin barrier, okay? So that is what we are talking about when we're going to be diving into this little piece of skin. And if on the diaphragm too, it shows you right there. You see, I'm too close. Oh, wait, hold on. That's the only thing. We have this green screen on the back. It's hard to like, okay, here we go. So you see it? So that's the skin barrier, that little piece of skin. Okay. So that's what we're going to be talking about. Now, um, the skin is made up of like layers that lay like bricks in a way. Okay. And these are called, or they're made of like skin cells. So they are made up in like little bricks and they're called the coronocytes, the coronocytes. This is taking me back to school. Okay. This is why I like doing these videos because you really get into the things that I used to learn. All right. So, pretty much too, like this is where it is the beginning of where you're starting to get in, into it with your skin. So now let's talk about what the skin barrier does. So now that we know that it is that little bitty piece right there that is between the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis, let's get into what is the role of the skin barrier. So the skin barrier keeps water in, it keeps bacteria and pollution out, it also maintains the skin pH and supports a healthy glow or supports the skin in general. Just like how we spoke about um, what this is a part of what is a skin barrier. That is exactly what it does for the skin. Okay, so it does keep out irritants. It keeps that moisture in, and when you have a balanced skin barrier, will mess up their skin barrier. You see how their skin is off, it's dull, not too glowy, things of that sort, right? So definitely keep that in mind. Okay, so signs that your skin barrier is damaged. We talked about this in many videos, but I think it's still important to know the signs because you may not know. You may have like stinging when you apply products, tightness after washing your face, random breakouts, redness and inflammation, and then your makeup is just not setting right, or you see that your makeup is not setting right or looking how it used to. Now, If everything that you put on your skin burns, nothing is working, that can be a clear indicator that your skin barrier is compromised. It's compromised, you know? And like I said, a lot of times too, everyone is using retinols and tretinoins and are using all these different actives and acids and ingredients. And, you know, they're not keeping in mind how that can throw off your skin barrier and cause more damage, you know, than good. And y'all, another thing is that not every acid is made for you. Okay, you need to make sure that the acid that you're using or the active that you're using is the right one for your skin type. Hello, Siki. Siki. Hi. So yeah, so that's pretty much that. And before we continue, I'm gonna go ahead really quickly, and I'm going to throw my um ebook into the chat really quickly. The Clear Skin Playbook, so you guys can go and get your hands on that. And you guys know during my lives, I usually run a little bit of a. So what should I run? Should I do $5 off? I'm about to do it right now. We're gonna do another $5 off. All right, we'll do a $5 off. I'm gonna run this until the end of the day. So hold on. Um, that's not the right date. What's today? The 30th. Oh my gosh, today is going by so fast. The month. I feel no, you know what? Actually, I feel like the month went by kind of slow. Okay, so right now, currently, it is $5 off, and I'm going to go ahead and stick the link into the chat here really quickly, so you guys can go and click the link and get your hands on the Clear Skin Playbook. I also have so many other um, ebooks and all, and if you go to my beacons and click it, you'll be able to see it as well. Hold on. Come on. We're trying to move here. Mm. Why am I okay? I'm making this more difficult than what it needs to be. Technology. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. If you guys have any questions, we can take this as an opportunity for you guys to write those questions in as I look for this link. Got it. Got it. Got it. Got it. All right. Okay, so give me a second. Let's put this in the chat. No, don't have me talking to myself today. Don't have me talking to myself today. All right, so that is the link to the Clear Skin Playbook. It is in the chat. Let me see if I can pin it. Can I pin it or no? Okay, I guess not, but it's in the chat. Okay. It is in the chat. All right, perfect. Okay, so okay, so we talked about signs that your skin is damaged. Stinging when you're applying products, tightness after washing your face, random breakouts, redness, and inflammation, and makeup not sitting right. Okay. So the next thing that we are going to talk about is what damages the skin barrier. All right. So this is really important to know. I kind of hit on a few of these just a minute ago, but we're going to get back into this. All right. Let's see. So the first thing that damages the skin barrier is over exfoliating. Okay, it can be a physical exfoliant, but I more so see this happen with a lot of uh, acidic or chemical exfoliants like acids and retinols and things of that sort. A lot of people are over using these, especially retinol. Retinol always suggests that you start off using it like once a week, but people usually use it too often. They're using it every day, a day, mixing it with the wrong like other ingredients. So over exfoliating can damage your skin barrier. So keep that in mind when you are especially using acids or chemical exfoliants to make sure that you are using them number one correctly and you are using them with the right other ingredients. Okay. So Google is free. Do your research, okay? Another thing that could be damaging your skin barrier is, I always say, we lost our a little bit, but using things that are harsh on the skin. You want to go for things that are a lot more gentle, that are more nourishing for the, like, what's that one soap everybody be using? Like the turmeric soap, like those turmeric things, like that can be harsh on the skin every day. You know what I'm saying? So just keep in mind, like, what you are using. Prefer to go more gentle in your everyday routine. And then as you go about, you can add in things like turmeric or baking soda, even vinegar. There was somebody on here who says they love to use vinegar for their skin. And that's fine, but those are things you want to use in moderation. Okay. And then what's another chemical or something? Um, Another thing, oh, okay, this is a good one. Like lightening creams, right? Like you have to be mindful that creams can contain like bleach and things like that in them, or things that lighten the skin, that compromise the skin barrier or compromise the skin. So those are also things to consider, because y'all don't be considering these lightening creams. I don't know why. And then you're wondering why your skin is looking crazy. Yes, okay. So definitely harsh chemicals. The next thing that could be damaging the skin barrier products, okay? Use them fully. All right. Don't add anything new in. Just get how those products are working for you in your skincare routine. And then, like a month into it, you can go ahead and rearrange, add things in, remove anything. But you want to not be jumping around with skincare too much. Number one, you're not going to see the results that you're going to see. And number two, you are mixing ingredients. You're not even giving your skin the time to do what it needs to do, or just calm. And I get it, because there are so many new things on the market, and there are so many different products that we want to see quick results with our skin, but that is not how this goes in this game. It's very, 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 very important to take your time, be patient with your skin, and use products one at a time. Use products with enough time, at least a month, for them to do what they need to do. Okay. So don't be using too many new products at once. And then shocking your skin too. That shocks the heck out of your system. Your skin is used to you using your typical gentle routine, and you go in with full blown retinol. Like, no, you got to ease into it, okay? The next thing that could be damaging your skin barrier is hot water. And you know what? This is one that I can relate to as well, because I didn't really know that the water was too hot. Like, okay, I usually wash my face in the shower. I'm just like, right, jump in the shower, wash your face, do your body, all that in the shower, right? It makes it easier. But a lot of times, what you would use on your body is not necessarily the same as what you can use for your face. And I felt like the water that I was using on my body for my face, mm-mm. My face was like, what are you doing? Like, this is not that type of party. Like, we can be warm, but why are you trying to boil us? You know what I'm saying? So using too much hot water on your skin, and honestly too, even your body. I've seen it with like with like my man. Listen, he takes super duper hot showers, hotter than me, okay? And I used to be like, your skin looks parched. Like, I can see the lines in it. That's because you're drying your moisture out, because you in there roasting, boiling yourself like some potatoes. Calm it down. Ca- Calm it down, okay? Because ain't no way, all right? So, not too hot of a water. The next thing that could be damaging your skin barrier is skipping moisturizer. And we talk about how important moisturizer is at keeping your skin balanced. Now, I had a client yesterday, and this whole skipping moisture made me think of this. I had a client yesterday that came in to get like a Brazilian stomach, things of that sort. And when I tell you, her skin was so damaged, but it was from not moisturizing, right? And the thing that really ticks me, you see my eye? You see my eye? Is that people don't realize waxing on dry skin is the worst thing you can do. The worst thing you can do. So your your skin's already dry, it needs moisture, and then you're going to put some wax to rip up skin that's already damaged and dry, and then you start to bleed, your skin starts to look irritated, and I'm like, girl, she bought a she but I'm like, you need to be moisturizing every day, because this right here is no. You compromise the skin more when you are not keeping the skin balanced, and moisture is a major game in that. You are leaving it fragile, right? And it's going to be dry, it's going to be cracked up, it's going to be all of that. And then it doesn't have the stability to keep out irritants or keep out or contain moisture, right? So you have to keep in mind that moisture is a part of the building structure of the skin. So it's very important that you are moisturizing. And the amount of people that are not moisturizing their skin, I'm not just talking about the face, I'm talking about also the full body. The amount of people that are not doing that, and y'all are walking around okay. Are you okay? Like, th- I'm itching, because my thing is this: is that not uncomfortable to be walking with your skin as dry and parched as it is? Is that not uncomfortable? And you can feel the scales. You can feel the dead skin and the like. And I also want to talk to my women really quickly, especially my women. Come to the front. Come to the front real quick, because I always tell, especially my 20-year-olds, and then I'm 37. I tell them, if you are not doing what you need to do for your skin in your 20s, and moisturizing is so big, you are going to see it happen in your 30s, in your 40s. You're going to see your skin become something vicious. Mm-hmm. And you're going to have fine lines. You're going to have cracks, and not just on your face. Please, ladies, listen when I tell you, and men, because y'all have been getting into the skincare too. It happens in the neck area, in the breast area. It happens here, the décolleté. Y'all be so concerned about this up here, but if you are not taking care of the rest of your body, you're going to see it. Okay? So it is very important, my dears, that you are moisturizing. All right? Good. All right. So the next thing that is damaging the skin barrier is stress and poor sleep, or stress in general. Let's just say stress in general. We already talked about this in a few lives ago, about your emotional state and your skin. Okay, if you haven't checked out that live, it's already up. But we talked about how that is. But stress, we already know it wreaks havoc on your health and your skin. It will tear your skin up just as much. Stress will age you in a way that you didn't even think imaginable. Hmm. One day you were fine, your skin was looking all smooth, and then you get a new job and you're stressed out, and at the end of the month, you looking like the old hag. And you were like, what happened? Crying in a corner. Okay? So yeah. hmm Definitely. You want to make sure that you are staying stress free and getting your rest. All right. So next we're going to talk about, well, actually, I'm going to open the floor really quickly. Does anyone have any questions? Any questions? What else was I gonna say? Once again, the my Clear Skin playbook, it is $5 off right now. So click the link in the chat and you can go and get your $5 off of it. Okay. All right. So let's continue the conversation. All right. So the next thing that we are going to be talking about is how to repair the skin barrier. So now that you know what a skin barrier is, now that you know what causes a skin barrier to be broken and all that, okay? Now we're going to talk about how you repair it. Okay, because you did the damage. Now how you going to undo it? All right. So the first thing first is that it's going to be about four simple steps to take when it comes to repairing your skin barrier. And number one is that you are going to get you a gentle cleanser. Cetaphil, CeraVe, Dr. Bronner's unscented baby soap, no acids, no nothing. Something that contains usually more hyaluronics, more ceramides, niacinamides. Um, those are all fine, but you want to do a gentle cleanser, okay? Because more than likely you're probably using a cleanser that got something in it that's harsh. Gentle cleanser. We ain't gonna even dive into that anymore. That is self-explanatory. All right. Second is hydration. All right. So you want to be using hydration humectants. Think of hyaluronic acids. All right. You can get that in a serum form. You can get that in the moisturizers as well. I think serum form is probably better when it comes to skin barrier because you want to serums have a higher concentration of targeted ingredients. So if you are going to get something with hyaluronic acid for hydration and it's a serum, you're going to get more of it. It's going to be more potent. And then you can seal that in with your moisturizer to make sure to lock it in. So you want to use a humectant. And I say hyaluronic because that's one of the best humectants. Hyaluronic acid pulls from the air as well as it holds its weight within the skin of moisture, of water. So hyaluronic acid, definitely a I would recommend. Okay. The next way that you can fix your skin barrier is um, by using lipids. Now, this is the same thing, lipids, ceramides. So pretty much in this part of it, you are just looking for ingredients that are going to give that skin its moisture that it needs to repair itself. So ceramides are a great one. So that's another thing. So even when you are building, so let's say you do a gentle cleanser, you do a hyaluronic acid serum, you can do like a ceramide, what is it? Moisturizer. You get what I'm saying? So just keep that in mind. And then, of course, you want to just make sure that you are moisturizing. So you're sealing everything up with a moisturizer. Okay. And that can look different ways in that 4-step or that 3-step process, not progress, process. Okay. So you can have your gentle cleanser, you can have your hyaluronic serum, and then you can have your ceramide face lotion. You know what I'm saying? So you want to make sure that you are cleansing, you're using some humectant, a lipid, and then you want to use something to seal it all up as in a moisturizer. But keep the moisturizer simple as well. Maybe a little sprinkle of something when it comes to like super moisturizing ingredients, but you want to make sure that you keep it very simple and no acids, no chemicals. Back to the basics. Okay. So that is how you can repair um your skin barrier. All right. um so when it comes to repairing the skin barrier, you want to keep in mind that it's not about using a lot of products, it's not about using new products, it's about giving the skin the support that is needed. All right. And that can be as less than or well, more, less is more. Okay. Less is more. So you don't want to be putting a 5-step. Take it down to 3 and make sure you're using ingredients that support the skin. Okay. So that is how you will um repair your skin barrier. And also too, like, this is another thing where it comes into that conversation of, consistency because and patience, because when it comes to also, fixing the skin barrier, it takes time, and it takes that patience and that consistency that I always tell you guys that you have to have when it comes to your skin. None of this is ever overnight. And I get it. I completely get it. We want to have that overnight. We want to have it where we see quick results, but the skin doesn't work like that. All right. So it's important that you are very patient with your skin and consistent in what you are doing. Okay. All right. So next is so now we're gonna jump into what you should not be using at all when it comes to repairing your skin barrier. Make sure you put on your listening ears. Okay? Because some of y'all want to fight me and tussle with me about don't be using retinol. You tell them not to use retinol. Oh my gosh, I need to use my retinol. Yeah, and you wonder why your face is looking like that. Because your barrier is all jacked up. No, no. So let's get into what you should pause or stop using while you are repairing your skin barrier. Let's get into it. Number one, exfoliating acids. It ties into what it said for the cause of why your skin barrier is compromised because you are overusing acids. Okay, this is the time where you can pause it. You should not be using any type of exfoliating acids until your barrier is improved. No glycolics. Okay. The next thing that you should stop using while you're repairing your skin barrier is retinol. Mm-hmm. Y'all remember that story I told you about a client who came into me? Her skin was really dry, really just, it looked unbalanced. And she told me she was using retinol. And I told her she needs to stop using retinol. And she did not like that. She fought me on it. But I told her, trust me, once you stop using it, take a break from it, you'll see an improvement in your skin. And she did, came back to me in 4 weeks. And she was shocked at how much her skin has improved from her like stopping the retinol. Because the thing about with retinol too is that it's not supposed to be used consecutively. Like it's not supposed to be thrown on your face every day. No, you should be able to use it once a week and maybe once every other week because it is an exfoliant. It's going to do that cell turnover. So you don't need to use it every day. But when you're using it every day or too often, you start seeing that dryness. You start seeing the opposite of it. You should be able to use it once, let it do what it do, and then see your skin looking better the next week because it's supposed to work like that. You get what I'm saying? So, yeah. Hello. How's it going? All right. So the next thing that you should take a pause on when it comes to repairing your skin barrier is scrubs. So physical exfoliators, no go. Okay. We're not gonna go any more into that. Okay. And then also masks that contain things that compromise the skin barrier. So if you have masks that have certain things like acids in it. So like let's say for example enzymes. Like I have a mask that has like a pumpkin enzyme in it. You don't want to be doing that, using that while you are fixing your barrier. So you want to use more hydrating things like hyaluronic, ceramide face mask, more hydrating face mask than anything. Okay. Any questions for me? We're gonna take a little bit of a what's it called? A little bit of a break. Give me a minute. Catch your breath. We've been rolling on here for 30 minutes. Is there any questions about the skin barrier? Okay. And then make sure you guys go and click the link to get my Clear Skin Playbook. It is $5 off currently. And so make sure you guys go and get your hands on that. Okay. The Clear Skin Playbook is for, it's just the guide. It's a guide for those who suffer from acne and they want to get clear skin and maintain clear skin. This guide goes from everything from skin type quiz to acne quiz to breaking down, morning, night routine, the importance behind that, and also how lifestyle also has a major impact on how your acne is. Okay, because people don't talk about that either, but lifestyle, stress, hormones, those all play a major part in how your skin reacts and your acne. So this whole guide is just a layout for you to have that guidance when it comes to your skin. Okay. And I'm also trying to come up, I also want to do like maybe a text thread or something, or something where you guys can get in contact with me about any questions. So if anyone really quickly has any like website suggestions on how to do like a text site, or maybe I'll just do it on Instagram where you guys can go and join my community, and then you guys can just do it on there. You know what? Maybe that's better. Because I can just join a community like on my Skyn Instagram, and you guys can just ask me questions there, and it can be a little bit different. So we'll do that instead. Because I was like, I want to do it to where I can have fun with you guys or talk to you guys outside of like here, but not in the comments. But I don't want y'all texting my phone. I love y'all, but I'll be on D&D anyway. So yeah, so I'll set that up probably at the end of this. And then you guys can go and join, and we can have a conversation over on Instagram. All right. Okay, so let's carry on with this. Okay, so we're now going to take this moment to tie in like how how a broken skin barrier intertwines in with acne. And I wanted to also do this because we do talk about acne a lot on this channel. This is what we're all about, right? So I wanted to make sure that I hit on this and not forget. All right. So let's talk about it. So the reason, a few things that you will notice too when it comes to acne and skin. My energy is draining. I feel it. Um, my energy gets drained so easily when I'm doing these things. I don't know. I feel like I just put out so much energy that I'm like, I need like an energy like shot or something. All right. So a broken barrier can equal inflammation when it comes to acne. Inflammation can equal acne, okay, which can give you more breakouts. Okay, my notes are a little confusing right here. Hold on. Broken barrier. So I put down broken barrier equals inflammation. Inflammation equals more acne. Oh, and then I always said that people use more actives thinking that their skin is going to get better, right? So usually people would say, "Oh, I'm having like acne, or I'm having like my skin break out more. Let me use more actives or more, things in my routine, and that's going to help out with." No, that's going to cause you to compromise your skin barrier. Mhm. So you don't want to use more. You can use just enough when it comes to acne, but don't oversaturate your face and your pimples thinking that that's going to help. That's not how that works. Okay. All right, here we go. And then I put down, oh, you can't exfoliate your way out of inflammation. All right. Okay. So now we're going to take a moment to pause because your girl needs to regather herself. I swear to you, I feel like I get such an energy drain when I'm doing these things. Like I literally just feel like my energy just pull, but it takes a lot, when you are talking and you are creating and everything. And I feel like when you are doing this, like going live, it takes a lot out of you. And so yeah, being a creator is fun, but it takes out of me. Um, so yeah, so that is, some ways tying back to acne, how you can compromise your skin barrier. Okay. So as we are wrapping this up in a way, I put down a few notes here. So, you know, healthy skin starts with a healthy barrier. Okay. If your skin barrier is not healthy, it doesn't matter how many products you put on your face, how many facials you go get, how many new products you try, your skin's not going to look better. It's not going to get better until you take care of the core thing that keeps the skin balanced, right? We talked about in the beginning of this live how the skin barrier is a little bitty pink like piece that's at top, and underneath that is the epidermis, the epidermis, the dermis, and the hypodermis, if I'm correct. There's three parts to the skin. So we talked about how that little barrier up there is very important at regulating the moisture, the water in the skin, and keeping out toxins out the skin, right? So if that's compromised, the rest of your skin is compromised, right? The rest of the whole system is compromised. So the skin barrier is something that people overlook, but it is a very important part of your skin looking its best. I don't even have to go into that anymore. Like, that's just as simple as it's put into. All right. So that is pretty much everything about skin barrier talk. Now we are going to hold on. Oh, what happened? I don't know what I did. Hold on. Oh. Anyways, whatever. Anybody have any questions for me? We're gonna open up the floor for questions. So we're done talking about skin barrier. Do you guys have any questions for me about skin or anything? You guys want to see something cool? This is, let me take this off because y'all know the screen shit. This green screen don't let you do nothing. Okay. What happened? Why do you keep bouncing me out? Okay. Ah, I lost it. What happened? Okay, let me see if I find it. It was like showing me like 9 years ago. Not 7 years ago, like what it looked like. Hold on. What's going on? It keeps bouncing me out. I don't know. Anyways, I don't know what's going on, why it's doing that. But I don't know what's going on. I'm annoyed. I wanted to show you guys that. Why is it bouncing me out of my account? Hold on. I want to show y'all it. Where is it at? Okay, fuck it. Show you guys it, but it keeps saying that it doesn't recognize me logged into my account, and then it just bounces me out. I don't know what that's about. Um, it's saying that like the session has expired. I don't know what that's about. And then it says it logs me back in. What's wrong? And then it says that it's expired. Okay, well, I'm not gonna go back and forth with it. I just want to show you guys something, but I don't know what's wrong with it. But anyways, so yeah, y'all. Any questions for me? If not, then I guess we're gonna wrap it up. And that was the skin barrier talk of the day. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. Hopefully that was helpful to you guys, because I really do think the skin barrier is one of the most important things when it comes to how our skin looks and everything. Oh, is my phone about to die? Hold on. Guys, hopefully. All right, so we're gonna end it here. Make sure you go ahead and get your hands on the Clear Skin Playbook. I will see you guys in the next live.